My name is Andrew Nobles. I qualified in 1998 and in 2009 I gained a postgraduate diploma in advanced restorative and cosmetic dentistry. This is the area of dentistry that particularly interests me. I'm a partner in a 4-surgery, busy, mainly private-based practice in Nottingham. Digital impressioning isn't a new technique, although there's not much of it being done in the United Kingdom at the moment. However, Sirona has a very well-established market in the United States and in Germany. I've therefore felt confident that this was tried and tested technology that I was happy to invest in. I wanted to modernise my practice, so got into the field of digital impression as a way to improve the quality of the products that I was able to provide my patients. My dental technician had already heavily invested in the digital side at the laboratory, so it became a very straightforward process for me to explore the products available through Sirona and introduce those into my practice and help improve the quality of my dentistry. My patients benefit from the digital impression techniques that we employ, as they don't have to have an intrusive silicone impression taken of their teeth. They find this much more comfortable. The Apollo camera is slim and not intrusive. When I first started digital impressioning, I was using the Sirona BlueCam. I'm now currently using the Apollo DI, again a Sirona product. I feel that the Apollo offers a smoother imaging process as it's a constant videoing of the area of interest in the patient's mouth, whereas the BlueCam would take serial images which would then become knitted together to create an overall picture. The Apollo imaging is real-time and allows me to see on the screen immediately the quality of the image that I'm taking, and it also allows me to infill any areas where there may be defects by additional scanning. This was not possible with the BlueCam, and I therefore feel that the Apollo has a definite improvement in this area. The functionality of the Apollo is very simple and straightforward. I prepare my patient, I spray a contrast powder onto the tooth, and then I take an image using the camera. This image is able to be adjusted, and I can see it in real time, so I can infill any defects until I'm happy that I've got a good, clean, quality image. Once this is finalised, I plot my own margins, so this is a very good communication to the laboratory as to where I actually want my finished margins to be placed. I can then, at a click of a button, email it to my laboratory and they can start the manufacturing process. Once I've finalised my image, I use the Sirona Connect portal to email the image straight to my technician, where he will receive it immediately. I get notification via email that the information has been sent and collected, and then he's able to use that image to start making a crown or bridge almost immediately. The advantage of the Sirona Connect portal is that because it's email based, there are no costs involved with sending my images to the technician. There are no postage fees and there's no impression material costs. Ongoing costs with the Apollo are negligible. There are no fees involved with updating licenses. All the updates are done automatically and are free of charge. And there's no licensing cost involved at all. The Apollo camera functions by a simple flowing image, very much like a video. The camera picks up the contrast between black and white particles, which is contained in the very light film of spray that's applied to the teeth before the image is captured. The captured digital image is then made into a virtual model by the Apollo software, and this gives me an immediate representation of the image that I've taken in the patient's mouth. The camera itself is very easy to use. It's lightweight, it's only 100 grams in total weight. It's not very deep, so I'm able to get to the back of the patient's mouth without clashing against the opposing dentition. There's a simple start-stop button on the back of the camera, and it's very intuitive to use. I felt that there was an initial learning curve, as with anything new, but this was only relatively short, and within a matter of just a couple of weeks I was confident and happy and producing good, clean, quick images using the Apollo machine. The interface with the Apollo machine is via a very large 21.5-inch touch screen. It's very similar to using an iPad, and anybody who's used these touchscreen products will very quickly learn how to use the Apollo's interface. It's very intuitive and very simple. I'm constantly striving towards the highest quality impressions that I could possibly manage. The old silicone analog technique was inherently flawed because I was finding I was getting occasional drags and areas of blows on the margins. When I realised that the impressions that I was taking were simply being transported to the laboratory where they would cast them up and then scan them at the laboratory, it became apparent that if I could do this scanning in the patient's mouth, I virtually eliminate all the inherent flaws with impression techniques. I enjoy using the digital impressioning techniques. I feel it's offering me something unique within our current marketplace and allowing me to get ahead of the field in terms of what my competitors are offering. The quality is there. The quality of fit of my restorations is definitely improved. I have far fewer retakes and the marginal adaptation is exceptional. I particularly find this on inlays and onlays, where in the past I've had occasional issues of having to do remakes. With the Apollo, I find that that's virtually eliminated. This, together with the cost saving of around about £10 to £15 on the average case, it just makes the digital impressioning an obvious choice for the future of my dental practice.
My name's Stephen Green. I own a dental laboratory in Nottingham, England, that is based on accepting digital files, which is becoming an increasingly larger part of our business. We find we are able to accept these files onto a number of different systems, CAD/CAM systems that we have in the lab, and an increasing number of these files now are from the Apollo DI system by Sirona. We find this is a system that works very easily within the CAD/CAM range of products that we have. Having worked with Andrew for a number of years, we now find that the digital technology has improved both our working lives. The advantage to the dental laboratory accepting digital impressions is that there is no need to send a courier to the dental practice in order to collect analogue impressions. And also when that impression comes in through a digital means, it allows us to start work on it straight away. Our workflow is faster with digital impressions than it is with analogue impressions, which allows us to do more work in the same time. It also improves the image of our laboratory as a knowledgeable business with education and technology at the forefront of what we do. We find that we are acquiring new clients who are themselves adopting this new technology with digital scanning such as the Apollo DI, and they come to us because we have already the knowledge of how to use these systems. We can also help to educate dentists that are looking to transform their dental practices with this latest digital technology. I find that the feedback we can offer is immediate, as the data transfer of the impression is also immediate. This means that we can look at it and analyse it whilst the doctor still has the patient in the chair, and if there are any changes or any comments to make, then we can do so immediately. If it requires further preparation, then the dentist can do that immediately whilst the patient's still there and without putting them to any further trouble or needing another appointment. When considering the accuracy of the digital impressions that we receive, I look towards the feedback we receive from dentists who say that the marginal integrity and quality of fit is far improved from analogue impressions. The versatility of the Apollo DI system for most dental practices is that it can be accepted into a variety of CAD/CAM systems available in most dental laboratories today. The benefits of working with the Apollo DI system is that the impressions that we receive in digitally are received fast, they're accurate, and the benefit to the patient and the dentist as well as the laboratory is that there are fewer remakes, there is an improvement of fit, which I think benefits everyone.